Alright, this is week number 6 of the garden journal, or it's the end of week 6, and sort of like last week, I didn't put much effort into the video. I just filmed today what I saw, so now you can see. Here's the lemon cucumbers, and I just pulled back some of the leaves so you can see how many flowers there are. And that's just on this part. And there's all this. So many. Right here we've got tomatoes, and they're really pretty. Look at the pattern on those. So those are, I don't know exactly what they're called, but there's lots on that one. I don't think we've seen any tomatoes on this plant yet, although there are lots of flowers starting, so that's nice. This one's still scarce. That one's got a few. These have grown a lot bigger over there as well. Here's our potato, looking a little funky. It was really windy the past few days, so there were lots of stuff that were starting to blow over. Here's the rhubarb. Yummy. And I just saw another recipe for rhubarb cake today, so once those get bigger, I think I'm gonna try to do that. Squash. You can see there's actually a flower right there on this one. So hopefully it'll open at some point, which is kind of funny. Oh, I guess there's a lot more on these as well. Very cool. Well, it doesn't look like it's doing super well, but hopefully it will come back. Now, can you guess what's over there? Yes, that's the Armenian cucumber, which I keep incorrectly naming. I'm finally set straight. All of this is Armenian cucumber. And we haven't actually really found any of the cucumbers yet, but as soon as we pull leaves away, you can see so many flowers everywhere. So that's sort of insane. But you can also see the eggplants have also just exploded. Same with the cauliflower's gotten really big. Swiss chard is doing very nicely. Keep just taking out more and more of the beets because it's slowly ending their cycle. I had to move the poor garlic. It's gotten really big because it was getting engulfed by the Armenian cucumber. So that had to get moved over. And yes, the watermelon also is just going crazy. Again, we haven't actually seen any like watermelons starting to form. Should still take a little while, but any day now we'll find some. And here you can see our beautiful construction that's starting to happen. We're gonna have, her mom is getting a patio done, so this will all be filled with some concrete, and we'll have some beds, some flower beds over on this side and against the like run right under the window over there, and probably like a little bench around this tree. So probably in 2 weeks we should see that final product. Here is the root system of a massive tree that used to be here. My mom didn't know that it was still here, so she feels bad that the workers encountered it. But that's already how much they've pulled out, and you can still see how much there is, which is really sad. They're gonna have to really dig in there to get it out because all of this will become concrete. Same old over on this side. We decided to try and zip tie some of the branches up. Same with over here. You can see another zip tie because it was getting rubbed on this branch here. So we wanted to make sure that it doesn't die, but you can see how enormous the tomatoes are getting, and there's just hundreds, it seems like. Maybe I will actually try and count them every time we pick them. We can get a running number. We also, like I said earlier, it was windy, so we tried to support some of the corn, again with some bamboo sticks and zip ties. Our zucchini, lots of flowers. In the mornings they're always open, but then through the day they close up and get shriveled like that. And lastly, our beans, we put some cage around it. They are bush beans, not like the vine beans, but it's just good to give them some structure. In here, there's still not very many around the outside, just on the inside. It's a little clump in there. But yeah, that's sort of it. The persimmons still getting bigger. I don't know, it feels like the fruit trees have sort of slowed down. There really hasn't seemed to be much change for the apricots, for example. I mean, maybe they look a little bigger, but they're still very green. So it probably still is some time until those are ready to be picked. And then the fig tree, the figs are getting ever so slightly larger, but again, not quite ready, or we're not sure when they'd be ready to go up. I guess there has been a tiny bit of growth with the little avocado tree. There's some new plants, or new leaves. So I put that line at the top of where it was on May 19th. You can see it's grown a bit up, but you can also see how long that's gonna take. This is the sunflower. Woohoo! It's really starting to look like a sunflower. Unfortunately, this guy over here bit the dust in the wind, blew over, which is sad because he also had a little flower starting to form. But it's gonna die, unfortunately. But the ones on that side are also starting to have tiny, tiny, tiny little flowers as well. That's it for week 6. I'll include next week and the week after, I guess, how the patio build out is going, and how the plants are going. Yeah. Bye. I don't know if you could hear that high-pitched frequency sound. Those are these mold deterrents that you stick into the soil so that it deters the moles, but they are solar powered, so we've been flipping them over, but they haven't died yet. But because we're getting the patio redone, I'm not really worried about the moles, so we don't know how to switch them off, and they just keep doing that sound. So they're just over here on this random stuff. Ugh.